Welcome once again. This is Inward Ministries, brought to you by Joab Rogemere Kasasi. Today, I want us to look at a very key point called time management during sermon delivery. An usher in one of the churches was so concerned about a member who used to come to church every time with his children. This was a devout member who used to come, but once he has entered the church, he could just take a little time, few minutes. Then after he has sat down, he begins to sleep. So one day, an elder of the church, in a lovely tone, decided to ask this man why he sleeps during service. The guy looked at him and said, "In church is where I find peace." Wow. I don't know what he meant by that. He is not alone. Sometimes if you have ever been an usher or you sit behind the back pews and you look at people, you will see quite a number of people dozing off while the sermon is being preached, especially in a scenario where the preacher rarely engages the audience. Some of them sleep while their eyes are open, and others when their eyes are closed, and others just simply switch off. So what should you do as a minister? Because there's no need why you should come and give a sermon to a sleeping audience. There are so many distractions that cause one to switch off, just as some may have switched off during this presentation. The distractions in church especially might come from poor sound, or sometimes children just jumping in church, or for those who are using Bible apps on their phones and tabs, a message just comes on, or a call, or you are tempted to go on social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, to find out on current affairs, or maybe the preacher used a difficult term and someone is tempted to go and Google, what does this mean? By the time he or she is coming back to the service, you have already moved to the next stage. Some may be distracted by some home issues. They have come to church, but they are still thinking about their house, their home. While others unfinished businesses. While others, they are struggling to look at the projectors. They are trying the much they can. Maybe the projectors are not clear enough. Now, this is more worse, especially in church, because in church is monologue. Is the preacher or the minister speaking to a quiet audience. So while you speak, people are supposed to be attentive to your points. In Acts chapter 20, we are told Apostle Paul spoke and prolonged his speech up to midnight. And a young man called Eutychus, who was sitting in the window, fell asleep and he fell down. How many people sleep during your sermon? They might not have fallen down, but they fall asleep. When you begin to speak, research shows that people are attentive during the first 30 minutes. Okay? The more you keep speaking, or the longer you keep speaking, the more the people will lose attention until you mention the word "I'm concluding" or "in conclusion." Then they wake up to see if they can grab a point or two. And also, when you are giving the points, don't give 10 points or 15 points or 20 points. They will not remember those things. It is advisable, give 3 to maximum of 4 points. If it goes beyond 4 points, then no, they'll begin to lose interest in trying to remember that. Okay, and try to make the points to be in a nice, arranged now in a nice way, like using same initial letter or some words that can really help people be able to grasp and be able to remember what you are preaching. So if, let's look at an attention curve. When you look at this, assuming that this one is the level at which people attention levels, and this one is the time. So this is the time that you are taking to speak, and this is the attention. Okay, attention. So what happens when you begin to speak? People begin here, they are with you. As you continue, the attention levels go down, go down, go down, until you will reach a stage where you say, I'm concluding. Then the attention goes up a little bit, and then it also goes down. So it's upon you to ensure that you are managing this time very well. Make, between this time here, make a very nice introduction and let your key points come here before they begin to slip. Or else, if you begin by other stories to say you will go to your main board later on, by the time you are speaking at your peak, they are all asleep and they will not remember. So arrange it so well to ensure that you maximize on this first part and also on the conclusion. So ensure that people are able to understand what you are speaking about. Because the idea is to ensure that people understand your sermon, they go home having been able to work on it and being able to ensure that the sermon was a blessing to them. Please prepare well. Those ones you must have learned elsewhere. But for us, is to ensure that whatever you have prepared is delivered well to the people, to ensure that the people that you're speaking to have understood and are moving on well. May the Lord richly bless you as we look forward to very good sermons from you. This has been Inward Ministries, brought to you by Joab Kasasi. God bless you.